Yes, boys, welcome back. Another episode. Lewis is on his way. He will be joining us shortly. Josh, actually,
Yes,
can he join us mid-recording? I'm sure he can.
I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can. Technology must be nowadays, must
Yeah,
allow that.
yeah, we're still getting used to this one, but so far
Yeah.
so good. It's had a good positive response from using this app, so we'll continue to use it. How are you getting on with your one?
On the app side of
Yeah,
things,
with the Riverside app.
so far so good. Me and Josh were just figuring out we want great video quality. They're like my our videographer Leandro was like, yeah, I reckon you get this webcam, stuff like this. So we invested like £160 in this webcam. Turns out I'm not using the webcam right now. I'm using the fucking iMac camera and it's fucking crystal clear. So I spent £160 on a fucking 4K webcam I don't fucking need. And then he was like, Josh, it's in the other room. I'll tell you what, get a DSLR camera instead. Do you know what I mean? Because if you want studio quality and everything like that. So I bought that. Then we tried the iMac camera and I was like, this is studio quality. So now I've got to send a £600 fucking DSLR camera fucking back as well.
Well, at least you get 600 quid back. That's like
Yeah.
Gal,
I was just,
isn't it? When they send things back,
yeah.
get money back, I think they've made money.
Yeah. I've got to go through the palaver. Probably cost myself £100 to send it back in postage because of the weight of the fucking thing.
You've got professional
standards.
mic.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the mic makes all the difference, and then the iMac camera seems to be absolutely bang on. So
Perfect. We're good to go.
So we're good to go on that front. I think. But yeah, so with the Riverside, everything is all in sweet, and it's very easy to use. It seems.
Yeah, it's good. Guys, thank you for all the positive response as well so far. We've had a few people sharing it, liking it. We've gained quite a few subscribers since starting this as well, and I think this is only episode 4, which is really cool. So we do massively appreciate it.
Season has only just got it going, hasn't it?
Just getting going. And this episode is a bit of a mega one because I think we've just said we've got four shows to cover, right? So we've got Two Bros, we've got Granite, Fibo, and PCA. Is that all of them?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, fuck it up. We better get stuck.
PCA Naturals, Granite, Fibo, and from that sort of things, depending upon obviously what content we've got for reviewing everyone.
Yes. Let's just get stuck in then. So in chronological order, we had Fibo first, because I think that was a Thursday or Friday show, right?
Yes, it was indeed.
Excellent.
I didn't see too much on what was with regards to the amateurs on Fibo, too much from that sort of things. I was trying to keep a track of things.
Right. So I know, I only know of 2 people that competed. Mel in Fit Model, where she got really, really close. I know they covered that one.
She's been very, very, very close a lot of times, hasn't she? She's on the cut. She's on the cusp.
I think she's second place in the overalls 5 times now, 4 or 5 times. So
and when you're a fit model as well, you are knocking on the door in that sense. Do you know what I mean? From that sort of things, like
all the judges keep telling her just keep going. So
yeah,
must be frustrating because it's a lot of fucking money. But yeah, she'll
because I bet where she's at, they're like, you can't really be much bigger and you can't really be much leaner. So it's literally just your genetics and structure. And if someone's got slightly better genetics and structure, then you just get beaten.
Yeah. No, exactly that.
For the fit model class, anyway. Do you know what I mean? At least in bikini, or so, you might need a little bit more of this, or in bodybuilding, you might need a little bit more of that.
Yeah.
If you're 5-time overall second place, then it's just a structure and genetic things, isn't it? I would imagine.
That's what I saw when I saw her compete. It was just the girl that beat her at the Two Bros show just had a little bit wider top line. It wasn't to do with muscle mass. It was just like you said, structure. Yeah. It's not a lot you can do about that. But
that's what I mean.
Then we also had Ash in men's physique.
He
was so good, so good, and he was very close. So he came second in the overall. And to be honest, the guy that beat him it was just a structure and how he was put together. There's not a lot Ash could do about that, but Ash
and he was a very good pro card winner. That dude as well that beat him.
Yeah, exactly that. And it was kind of like apples and oranges. Like Ash had the size for sure. He was fucking, as he said here, he was full, dry, bursting full.
Yeah, Tim and Tim peaked him perfectly. I even said it to Tim. I was just like, he was just like, me and Tim were talking about it behind the scenes actually, and he was just like, mate, there's not a lot you can do. I said, when a black guy comes in to ruin your day, it just reminds you of bodybuilding.
That is literally
here's genetics. Bodybuilding is a game of genetics. In case you forgot, here's a little reminder.
Yeah, that is it. But the thing is, the great thing about Ash, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying, like, he hasn't got the best genetics from the front for men's physique in terms of his midsection.
Yeah.
What he does have and his strengths is his size and condition that he brings. So that's
And
where he,
his taper is ridiculous. Like, he might not have the most etched out midsection, but he still has a very small, tight midsection.
yeah, but mainly from the back as well. He's like his waist looks smaller from the back than it does from the front. It's quite strange, isn't it?
I would agree. So it definitely does, like you say, the way he
Like
can
yeah,
pull up on that, because essentially he loses that bit of muscle from the front, doesn't he, around the sides? Because he's from the back, he goes straight in at a triangle.
yeah, yeah. It's a unique one, but like he's just got to lean into his strengths, and he absolutely did that at the show. Like I haven't seen him look this good. He was miles better than the last time he got on stage.
Yeah,
And like you said to about Tim as well, like Tim only had short notice. I think it was 2 weeks. So they did a really, really good job to nail it for this show. So yeah,
yeah,
awesome.
without a doubt, man.
I think he's going on to Portugal next.
It's going to be a matter of time. He's going to be knocking on the door, and he'll have it. Do you know what I mean? From that side of things.
Yeah. I said to him, like, if the stars don't align at Portugal, hopefully they do. If they don't align, then just keep going, because
Yeah,
you can always tell when guys are like there. And
he's guaranteed a pro card at some point this year. Like, I'm not looking at him going, Lewis, there's something blinding me, just not quite. No, I look at you and go, that's pro standard.
yeah, yeah, exactly that. Yeah. Hopefully he does get it at Portugal. That'd be really, really cool.
And in all honesty, to be honest, compared to the guy that won it at the Two Bros show, I probably prefer him.
You know what? If he turned up at the Two Bro show, that would have been interesting.
I think he personally would have took it personally. I think what he would have lost on the front would have demolished from the back.
That is the thing, yeah, because that's where they were all a little bit weaker, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In that overall lineup. So he would have really, really stood out. But this was the pro card winner. He's not from the UK, but I did want to quickly cover him just so people can see, what we're talking about. And what was good about the show as well was like Tyler Mannion was judging it. So if Tyler likes Ash's look, then he's in a good spot. But
Yeah, without
I just had the round muscle bellies, like the bubbly look, tight waist. And yeah, he did great.
that's for sure.
So that was Fibo. Did you know anyone else that was there?
I didn't know anyone else that was there at Fibo, no. Obviously, I saw the mass monsters in the amateurs and stuff like that obviously Beyond the Stage was posted and what have you, but I didn't know anyone else outside of obviously Jack Eagles in the pro side of things
Right.
that was actually doing it at all, to be honest.
Yeah, Sass.
Everyone I know has been focused. Obviously, mate, Sass looked class. Obviously,
Sass
Sass.
looks amazing. Sass looks so good. So Sass took. Well, everyone should know that watches this. Hopefully, Sass won the.
How good was that Fibo lighting as well?
So good, man. Yeah, let's quickly put this.
Like, especially for the pro show and stuff. Like, look at that. Look at that lighting on Sass, man.
That is quality, isn't it? That's what we want.
That's
what
how
we
it
want
should
for every
be.
show.
Mate, that's how it was. Well, obviously, I know we're going to go through it, but mate, that's how it looked at Granite.
Yeah.
Dark backgrounds. Whereas Two Bros Scotland looked like you were trying to watch the telly with the big light on.
I'll tell you what, that's a good segue. Let's go on to that, shall we?
Yeah.
Obviously I was there. So I saw it firsthand. I didn't get to watch the bodybuilding because I was backstage at the time. Did you see the results of the bodybuilding?
Everyone that fed back to me said the bodybuilding was just shallow in terms of the amount of people within bodybuilding. The standard of it in terms of the feedback from most people wasn't that great. Now, obviously, these pictures, the lighting's not great on these pictures. Like, we all know that Daz Fulton's absolutely fucking peeled. And even it makes him look a little bit washed out from that side of things. So, condition, it's going to be hard to say. I don't think, obviously, this dude here was in condition where it needed to be from that side of things. But obviously, it's hard to tell with this lighting and these shots, obviously, because let's be honest, none of these shots are professional shots that they put up and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's taken on an angle from the side by Justin and things like that. So it's like, it's never front on or anything. Do you know what I mean? So
I can definitely confirm that everyone is sharper than what they appear in these videos.
Yeah, that's the feedback that I got from everyone, is that the pictures, the lighting and everything. Josh McHale was there and he was like, mate, this lighting's horrendous, like absolutely horrendous.
Backstage, even the lighting backstage was better than it was on stage. It was strange.
Yeah, it's just mental, especially at a bodybuilding show. That should be the foundation of anything, as far as I'm concerned. Do you know what I mean? Do you want to just make sure that the competitors have invested their time and the money, that the lighting's good? Do you know what I mean? From that side of things. But from the bodybuilding side of things, like I say, I don't think it was a very stat class. Was Obviously, we've got Daz Fulton here, which I believe he would have been in heavyweights, I want to say. I believe there was a Masters winner, which was the dude on the right there. I think he also... Oh, no, actually, no. Daz must have been in light heavies, sorry. Daz was in light heavies. That dude on the right was in Masters and heavyweights because he actually beat Ross Kerr from that side of things.
Okay.
So he beat the Scotland man,
Yeah.
to win heavies, and then that dude on the left for supers.
Gotcha.
I don't think the standard was massively high, in all honesty. Daz was a clear winner across the board. And Daz has had a very successful weekend in Scotland as well. Obviously, Daz has been on the absolute money, massive improvement since obviously last season. He's still very much lower dominant, but he is bringing up his upper, especially through the rear. So him and Martin definitely have made improvements this year, which is great to see. But he is peeled, man, and he is on the money, and it's going to take someone very good to beat him. Do you know what I mean? From that side of things anyway, especially when you stand next to him with that level of condition and so bubbly from the front. Like I say, as soon as Daz can match the front to the back, yeah, game over.
They nailed the condition. Look at so this is an example of what we mean. Look how peeled he is, and obviously on the two-bro shots you can't quite see that. So all the results we talk about today, just obviously take that into account.
Yeah, with a pinch of salt from that side of things, because he was peeled. Do you know what I mean? From that side of things,
absolutely dialed in. I will say though, the lighting wasn't the best. But have you been to that Scotland venue before?
I've not. No, it was in Glasgow, wasn't it?
Yeah, I actually quite liked the venue itself. They just need to sort the lighting out a little bit, and then it would be perfect.
To be honest, I think the lighting was pretty crap last year as well. I think, from my understanding, at the same venue, it seems to be a reoccurring theme, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yes, so obviously Daz won light heavies, and then obviously the dude that beat Ross got heavies, and then obviously the black dude on the left got supers. I'm not 100% sure on how many people were in the rest of the classes and stuff. There didn't really seem to be.
I would say there was probably, if I had to guess, there's probably less than 10 bodybuilders total.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like that was the overall. Then obviously, what was the next photos along that we've got there?
This one?
Yeah, so that's heavyweights there.
Gotcha.
So you obviously can see a little bit more class. So you can see Ross got second to that dude that also won the Masters.
That's probably,
that's
if I had to guess,
interesting.
probably the rear shots, would you say?
I would say that he's probably got beat from the rear, yeah, from that side of things.
Was you there for that, Matt? How's it going, by the way, guys? Was you there for that, Matt?
I was obviously backstage at that point, so I didn't get to see it
Yeah.
from the crowd. Mate, we've just covered Fibo. Did you know any classic guys that did Fibo? I don't think there was.
Dom.
Oh yeah, Dom Kirby actually. Sorry, yeah.
Shit, how did he
Dom
get
that
on?
we were covering the other day went and did Fibo.
Did he win his class and get through to the overall? Or?
Look at those shots, man. They are
Second place. I think he looks phenomenal. That's his best look of the season. Definitely deserves a shout out, to be fair, today. Like, he looks better there than what he looked at both other shows, I think.
Yeah, he looks a lot sharper than the pro qualifier at Bradford.
second place by the looks of it, which is,
yeah.
I'd like to see what the winner looked like.
He looks great. He looks great. I mean, can he be a little bit sharper through his rear still? Maybe his glutes. I don't know. I don't know what the other guys look like.
If Dom was as peeled as the guy that won the pro card in Classic, it'd probably be a different kettle of fish.
Fair enough then. So if he can do that, I think he should keep going.
Because that guy was peeled. His coach, Ludovic Lemme, is his name. He's actually been training out of JP's actually lately, Italian coach dude. But yeah, the guy that won, he looked, their condition and peaking was fucking on the money. So I think that's
fair enough.
Has Dom been that peeled before, like in previous preps and stuff?
I want to say I've seen him more shredded, like in different years, but I couldn't tell you for exactly.
He is shredded,
yeah.
He just,
because some people obviously struggle getting to that level of condition, and some people can. They just need longer on prep. So
the other thing is like his photos as well. I don't know in person. You know, like obviously I say it'd be great to see more for his glutes, but some people do not get more detail in those areas. Like he's got a striated chest. He's got like, look at his lower back. Look, he is peeled.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's a difficult one to judge, isn't it? But he definitely looked way better. He looked way better. That's the main thing.
He did, and it was close. I think he should keep going is the main point. And I think that he could definitely be in with a chance of winning a pro card, to be honest, if he gets to the right show. So fair play to Dom. Great physique.
I think we all agree he's just got such a nice structure. Like his structure is unreal. Like it's classic to a T, in my opinion.
Fantastic physique. I really like Dom, actually. I think he's very, very good.
I would have loved to have seen Leroy at that pro qualifier. I don't know what he's doing next.
Yeah, fair. That could have been interesting.
I spoke
actually.
to Leroy earlier, actually. He said that he's not competing now until the end of the year.
Fuck that. Fuck
on, man.
that.
You're
He
close.
said it's because it's his second.
What are you
season,
doing?
so
What are you doing?
his second ever season, so I think he just wants to make a few more improvements by the sounds of things. But in my opinion, he should just keep going until he gets it.
Where are you making the improvements?
But you've also got to take into account, lads, that it's
Not necessarily where are you making the improvements? How are you making the improvements?
It may be done though. You know, when you're done, boys.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get that. And like I said, it's expensive.
Talking of being done, I'm done.
Yeah,
I've pulled
see?
prep yesterday.
We could all say to you why, but I understand that when you are just done sometimes, you are just done.
Yeah.
What?
I
Go on,
pulled
Josh.
mine yesterday. I was done yesterday.
Why is that, mate? The digestion thing, or?
Nah, just some negative bits and bobs just happening in the background, and I just ain't got the headspace for fucking dealing with it. So I was just like, Joe, get my reverse on the go. Let's get fucking massive.
Yeah.
Because also at the same time, it's like, as I look at it, I go, my idol has always been Brett Wilkin. I've always idolized Brett Wilkin. Competes once. Is he good enough to win? No. Right, goes back straight into the off season. You know what I mean, from that side of things.
Yeah.
And I've always idolized that. And then I've just been thinking about it more and more. And I'm just thinking, what am I getting out of just pushing this prep for more? Like,
Maybe a
Jay's
trophy, but you've got plenty of them, mate.
I've already put what I think is my best package on stage. I can come in a little bit fuller, sweet. But then I was like looking at those heavyweight boys on the weekend at Fibo, massive, absolutely massive. Do you know what I mean? From that side of things, probably also going to be a little bit shorter than me. And I just thought, do you know what? Rather than trying to just spend money chasing it and see how close I am, do you know what? I thought, do you know what? Let's just go get massive and just fucking do this.
I get that.
And not waste any more
You'll have
time
to
and
do
come
it
back.
at some point anyway.
Exactly. And come back absolutely undeniable in 2 years' time with all the fucking size on and being the one that everyone goes, yeah, Josh is coming.
Yeah, I get that.
Sometimes
And, like,
that's
it's
what you need, though, out of a
fucking
prep.
expensive to just keep going if you don't truly believe you're quite there yet. And that's how I felt with men's physique as well, which is why I
Yeah.
stopped. So I do totally get that, mate. Right, let me bring up the share screen again.
Sometimes, like, the thing is, just doing a prep itself and a show can be a catalyst for whatever. It shifts your mindset into whatever's next. Like for Matt, classic.
And
For you,
I made the decision yesterday, slept on it, wake up this morning, I feel great. And I'm just like, well, that says it all then.
yeah, of course.
That's when you know. That is when
That's
you
it.
know. Yeah. And the thing is, mate, you like you said, you still done yourself really fucking proud because you brought a really good look to that first show.
Yeah, I beat my previous look, bang on, peeled. I brought condition I've never brought before in my life. Sweet. We need more size. Let's just go and do it.
Yeah. Don't waste time. Makes sense, mate.
Fair
Do you know what I
time.
mean? Rather than more time on prep drugs, let's fucking smash the drugs up shorter period of time, get the reverse going, and then tidy up, go crack on for the remainder of the off season. So
Love that. Well, I thought I was doing the same, and then I ended up jumping on stage this weekend. So,
hey,
which
and,
is
how great and everyone's feedback to me that was at the show, mate. You pushed Colsey all the way. If it was just on the leg size, that's the only way you've lost.
Matt,
Apparently,
what's your
everyone's saying.
feedback? Good suggestions?
what's that, buddy?
Did my suggestions work?
For the tan,
Yes.
mate, unbelievable. Very, very good.
Fair
It's
play.
so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to compete at this show, like because
Best tan up there as well.
the next year the first show I'm going to do is Arnold's, and I haven't got a practice for that, so I wanted to go here practice the tan that Lewis told me, and mate, it looked great. I thought,
I love the fact that you do the Arnold's as like the first, and Georgia did that this year. I was like, that's cool. I've always thought about doing that.
mate, come with us next year.
Yeah, no, not next year. Fucking
So do you want to go
2028.
through? Are we going through classic? Do you want to go through classic?
Yeah,
boys?
let's do it, man. Let's
Yeah,
do
we'll
it.
start with Class A because Class A was actually good, wasn't it, Matt?
Unfortunately, there's no
Did you not
photos
see
for
it?
it. Though.
There was a battle between Ash and
That was Class B.
Colsey.
Alex, I believe.
That
Correct
was
me if
class.
I'm
That
wrong.
was Class B.
Was that Class B?
Yeah, this guy was Class A. Does anyone
Was he
remember
the only
him?
one in it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who was Class B then?
So
Ash and
you're right.
Colsey.
Ash and
Yeah,
Colsey.
Ash and Colsey. And that was a
Right.
good battle.
And that
Yeah.
was a good battle between them two. Yeah, I mean, that is a good match because obviously Ash won the show the other week at the PCA. A great win. He looked absolutely sick. And he is a very good classic competitor. I think Colsey's just got that little bit more depth to him. He's denser. He's had a bit more time away doing a big off season. He's just come back, hasn't he, after like a big push up. So yeah, there's Ash.
Yeah, it was. I think Ash had the condition.
I think structurally wise, I actually prefer Ash.
I think in another off season, I think, could be a different story for Ash, 100%. But I think he's got everything he needs. He literally just needs to, like everybody, if he makes all that a little bit bigger, absolutely crazy.
I wonder how close he is. How close he is to his cap.
He's got to have room, right?
You would have thought so.
Ash's first season, I believe, was only last year.
Wow.
Yeah, he's new to this competing thing, man. Like, this is what I mean. He's not got loads of years competing behind him. He's trained for years, but he's not competed for years.
He's doing Sweden by the looks of things as well.
Yeah, Sweden's next.
And I think it's a good idea that he keeps going as well.
Yeah, just to get that information out of our pro qualifier lineup. Obviously, yeah, I was watching from the side of the stage, and from what I could see, Ash definitely had the condition. I think Colsey could be a little bit sharper, but again, it's just a regional, isn't it? So I'm sure they will come in sharp.
How many were in Classic in total, Matt, do you think?
Less than 10.
Right, fair enough. So
it looked like a very quiet show across the board. Like,
I can tell you why, because that drive was fucking horrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But do you know what I think it was? I think because everyone in Scotland's going to Aberdeen for the Granite for the following day.
And
there was only a few people that did Saturday and then did Aberdeen following next day.
Yeah, there is that as well.
Obviously, then Colsey, we'll go through Colsey last because he won the overall. So we'll come back to that and run through his physique when we run through that. But then we had class. What class were you in, Matt?
C. Yeah.
C, which that was good. How did you find that little battle? Matt was against, for shout out for my client. That was my client. He was against Kia, who won.
Honestly, he's such a nice guy. Top
yeah,
bloke.
Kia came to me. We haven't done an off season together yet. We kind of sorted a few things out after his last year, and then he wants to do a prep again to kind of make amends on what he didn't get out of last year almost. We've definitely improved him a lot. He looks a hell of a lot better than he did last year.
He just needs a good off season, man.
Like, everything's there for him, and he gets in the right shows, and he's gathering a lot of experience. This was our first show as well. We didn't really peak him much for this one. We just kind of...
He's got the structure there. He's got the structure. He just needs more depth to it, more to the chest as a priority, I would say.
Obviously, being on stage with him, I can give him the feedback, and he already knows this because I told him. I thought his stage presence was so good. He really came across well on stage, and it's just like Josh said, and like you said, just a little bit more size, and I think he'll do great in the future. I think he'll do good in PCA this year.
This is what I mean. We put him in this because he wanted to have a go. His main shows are just to go for the universe and see how he gets on in that, because that's what he did last year, and he didn't get a place in. He wants to get a place in,
and it'll be even sharper by then. Which
and that's his main show. So you can see why it's good for him to come and do something like this. That's why we did it. I mean, to be fair to him, he's got a little bit more to take off, but compared to what he looked like last year, and the fact that we haven't had an off season, he is a few kilo heavier, and he looks better.
I think he said he was like 91, 92 or this on.
Yeah, he's way under his cap, so he's got. We already know that. Like, the day the weigh-in, I just fed him normal food. Like, all of his clothes are on. We ain't even worried. Water's normal, so he's got a lot of room. We already know that, but as you know, sometimes competing, you do have to go and do this stuff, and he's very aware of that. And I think he was very happy that he came against somebody like Matt, who is heavier muscled, who's done more shows than him. I know not classic, but in general, Kia's not actually the most experienced competitor, really. So
it doesn't come across like that on stage, though.
This was by far his best performance in terms of confidence, stage presence, his posing, and we ran through that, and we practiced that, and he come and see me, and we did that as well. And he's done a lot of work on that himself. Credit to him. But we control what we control. Do you know what I mean? I think we did the best job he can do, and fair play for him for coming up against you. You look great and deserved winner. He came away straight away and said, "Yeah, you know what I mean." And it's always nice when there's no distinguish or anything like that. You did win that, Matt. It's good to see
When you put
move
the
to,
absolute beat down.
yeah, man. It's good to see Matt come to Classic. I know you was not having, well, you weren't 100% sure, was you? So I'm sure
Great.
for you coming into this, he is a good athlete. You got to go against someone good. That's good feedback for yourself as well, mate. Really, like,
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
honestly, I was expecting to go to the show and get smoked. So it was nice to get into the overalls and get next to someone like Colsey, because obviously he's got a lot of hype. A lot of people expected him to do very well. I think he's going to do very well. So just to stand next to him and not look terrible for me was actually a good win.
although small, I think all of you are good.
Yeah.
No one is not a good classic athlete. You wouldn't look at any of the athletes that are competing at that show and think, well, they're not, you know what I mean? They are all good. Obviously, then the overall, you three boys, that is on the right, Alex, which did the PCA show, if you remember, came second
That's
to
right.
Ash
Yeah,
the other week.
that's right. So both of these boys are pretty much like on their cap. I know he said he was really struggling to actually make weight, and Colsey only just made weight as well. So yeah, they're
You
big
got-
boys. What's that?
What room have you got?
Well, I was pretty much on my cap as well, but obviously I'm not really in show condition anymore. In show condition, I think I've still got 4 kilos I can add.
Okay, fairs.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, you were in that lineup, Matt. So do you want to give us a little bit of a run through of how you think that went? Do you think you
Well,
got close to? Do you think it was? You know,
First of all, I want to say, fucking hell, they made us pose down what felt like 10 minutes. I have no idea why. But yeah, sweat was streaming into my eyes. It was fucking horrible. But yeah, aside from that, no, it was good. Colsey's the deserved winner for sure. Like I said, I think for a pro qualifier, he's going to need to come in sharper, but him and Ross will both know that to be in the mix for a pro card. But he's definitely the deserved winner here. I think, sorry, what was his name on the end here? Alex. I think Alex is really, really good. Again, I think he could be a little bit sharper. I think if he goes to a pro qualifier, he could be a little bit tighter as well. But both of them have very nice structures and flow to their physique. I'm quite looking forward to seeing what they do with the rest of their season. I think how it planned out with Colsey winning, like there was no arguments there whatsoever.
I'd agree there. No, I think, yeah.
And I think that's
Most complete.
He is. I really rate Colsey's physique, actually. I've
Do
told
you
him that on
actually?
Instagram as well. I think he's. I do like him.
I'm on the fence with it.
In
I'm
what way?
like, it reminds me of like Wesley Vizers, but I'm like, how far can you take that when you're not 6'2"?
Let's
Do
have
you
a
know what I mean? Because his waist is a touch wide and things like that. And obviously, you know, with we're saying with regards to like genetics on Classic.
So when he turns pro, if he gets his pro card, he's got another 5 kilos that he can add on.
Yeah. But the thing, as we all know, it's the getting through the barrier of entry with Classic. It's the hardest thing is trying to win a pro card in Classic.
I've seen guys that don't look as good as him turn pro though.
Of course. Do you know what I mean? It's more like shit shows or empty shows. But what I'm saying is, as soon as you go to a standard where the standard, you see the difference. Do you know what I mean? It's like even at the pro level. Do you know what I mean? I find like the hardest bit is obviously getting an amateur, getting the pro card, because obviously of what we said the other day, it's like your genetics has to fall perfectly for it to land. Do you know what I mean? For you to be a pro standard physique whilst being 5 kilos under the cap and still being a pro standard physique. This is where I think obviously a lot of boys are struggling, is like, because they're trying to get to a pro standard physique in Classic, and unless your structure, your genetics fall everything perfectly for yourself, it's like if you need to make any improvement slightly, you don't have the room to make it, and then some genetic guy with hollow bones comes in and just see you later.
I do hear what you're saying with that 100%. And I do think that in terms of the further you go in Classic, you will find that these guys, if even the top guys were limited to lower weights, they'd still look absolutely massive because their bones somehow don't weigh anything.
Yeah.
But I do think for Colsey specifically, I mean, this is the thing about bodybuilding, is opinions. He has got the potential to turn pro this year.
I agree. At the right show. I mean, if you compare him to potentially a couple of those France lads that we've seen. I think they are obviously on a slightly different level. But like I said a minute ago, I've seen guys that don't look anywhere near as good as Colsey turned pro before. So it's just going to be right show, right time, and I think he could do it.
Because obviously he's class B, did you say?
Yeah.
So essentially he would have gone against Dom, he would have gone against Leroy, he would have gone against Alex, do you know what I mean, from that side of things. And that French dude, and I think they all wipe the floor with him.
Well, we'll find out.
I'm going to back him, and I'm going to say that would be interesting to find out. I'm not going to say that they would. I don't actually think that they. I think he could definitely hold his own against people like that. I think if he was stood against them, I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't think that he's standout beating guys like that at all. I think it is a battle, but I think at the right show, definitely that can be a pro-worthy physique. And then with that £10, whatever he does with it could be very good.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, get your opinions on both of this, boys, because obviously classic and men's physique and midsections and things like that, right? So like looking at this video now of Colsey, obviously you can see him pull up. I don't know, obviously he's 1 week out here and everything from that side of things. He evidently doesn't train his abs because there is no muscle in his abs outside of him pulling a vacuum.
Yeah.
Right. So he evidently focuses on pulling a vacuum rather than getting actually some depth in his abs, essentially. I'm thinking, does that harm you? Yes, okay, pulling vacuums helps bring your waist in, but by not actually training your abs without training vacuum, could he essentially be pulling his waist in more by having a bit more of a muscled midsection as opposed to keep focusing on vacuums?
I think that in general, you should always train your abs because the benefits that you
get. I agree too.
If he's pulling up that vacuum, you see how like there's not too much detail across his abs when he's pulling that up.
Yeah, like all through the side and stuff is not tight.
He could make them be more there if
that's what I mean. So I'm thinking like that would then
denser, yes. And also like what people forget is like doesn't just affect your front poses, affects your side poses, what you in your transitions, how your midsection holds and moves and how it looks. And these are things that might not potentially be an issue now, but obviously I've competed at the higher level. It will be definitely at a higher level. These are things that come into play massively, and guys often find that out. You are going to want some thick, dense abs, especially in the pro leagues, because guys, they all have it.
We only have to look at who's just won Fibo in Classic, right, to see that point. Is it Momo? Is that his name? Looks unreal. And his midsection is absolutely diced. So I agree with Lewis. And I think it's nice it's wicked pulling a vacuum. And when you're in the actual shot, that is when you are judged.
Well, Matt, you was at the shows with Charles last year that I was doing. And you saw everybody there, even from first place to last place. There's no bad midsections.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's no underdeveloped abs. They're all dense. So it is something that people are working on a lot more in. But I do think that because
that's why I think
he's hitting now, he is getting away with it in the style that he's hitting them. I think if he was to come up against athletes that have strong abs and are crunching down on them, that's where you could see it becoming an issue.
Because I think the same thing's similar to Jack Eagles. Jack Eagles has one of the most washed out midsections, yet he pulls a vacuum and he's got no waist.
So this is something that I would purposely try to play on stage as a competitor as well. Like if I'm posing next to somebody and I know that they don't have strong abs and I know that they will vacuum, I will selectively, if I'm stood next to them, pick what I'm going to do because my abs are strong so that I can show that against them. So that if you, for example, he's going to vacuum in his classic pose, so I might stand in a side tricep and tense all my obliques. So you're not looking at his vacuum, you're looking at my obliques instead.
Yeah.
That's where I would play on that on stage. So it could be an issue. I don't know.
We call that stage IQ. Having that knowledge to be able to do that. So yeah, Lewis has obviously got that in the lot.
Because that's what I just think. Because I just think like his waist is just a marginal, and obviously like this, he's got a great physique. No one's taking this away from him, obviously. But when you get to that higher level, it's all margins. And I feel like if he did put a bit to that comes in more, and then that makes everything pop a little bit more.
It would certainly make him look a lot better. You are right.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. So what I will say is I agree with you, Lewis. I think right show, right time, he could do it. And I wish him all the luck because he's actually a really nice guy.
He's sound.
It was great to share the stage with him.
He needs to smile some more and look like he's enjoying himself. That's well.
I think he may have actually been a little bit nervous, to be honest.
Nervous, bless him.
Yeah, I think he was a little bit
Pressure's
nervous.
on him, mate. When people are saying you're the next big thing.
He's a lovely guy, man. He's a lovely lad.
pressure's on you.
Awesome. So for me, yeah, like you boys said, I need to bring up the legs badly. So that's what I'm going to do next year. But
Maintenance volume on upper and BBLs downstairs, mate.
yeah, I kind of wish I did this show at 100% though, just to see what I would look like. But
Matt, can I give you some feedback?
yeah, go on.
I think you also need to work on your mobility in your upper.
Wow, yeah, I wouldn't argue with that at all. In
I
any
think
shots
that
you do?
your shots like your ab and thigh and things like that, I think it will help you position your elbows higher. For you, it seems like things like getting in these positions can be more difficult. It'll crunch you down. Working on things like mobility and things like your classic poses can mean you can open up the lats more when you're doing certain shots and teacups. And it might make it a bit easier for you to hit certain shots.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with you at all on that one, mate. I definitely need to work on that mobility. Do you have any mobility drills that you can recommend to everyone watching this that wants to improve?
No, because do you know what? I think it's specific. Like this is something that I was speaking to my physio about actually. Because do you know Naz? Naz puts a lot of good mobility stuff up, and obviously he's a really good classic athlete. I kind of took the stuff that he did and I showed my physio, who's a good physio, and said, is this appropriate? And she said, yes, some of it is sure, but like you're tight in these places as well. So you need this, and this. So I always recommend get a physio, get them to create, because that's what they do. Like that's their niche if they're good. Create something specific to whatever they're working on that they can feel is tight on your body, and then that'll open up your poses. For example, I have tight through my lats. It makes it really hard for me to open up and twist this round to get more pop through my lat. So the things that I do in the gym to open all of this up make it easier for me to hit front double biceps, open up in lat spreads, hit certain poses in classic poses. If I didn't do that, it'd be a lot harder for me to get in them.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I think
Because you're massive.
What's that?
Because you are huge. Like your upper's fucking massive, bro.
Thank you, mate. I'll take
You
that.
are though.
I'll take that. I mean, the
Yeah.
first step for me is I've actually got some posing lessons booked in. So I'll find out from them specifically when they see me in person, what I need to work on mobility wise, and I'll start to drill that then, because that is top advice. And that is what I found especially on stage. The longer I was holding the shots, the tighter I felt.
I think as well, with your certain shots as well, you need to learn to stand tall on them, but then let your hips go back to bring you down in line with the judges, rather than sort of like crunching over like that sort of thing. Like when you were like pulling a vacuum on your like front relax or something, you're a bit like that, as opposed to stall and then hinge forward.
Yeah.
Yep. These are all things I need to learn now that I'm.
But fair play for you first. Like my posing was absolutely terrible when I did it.
And everybody's feedback was that you
I think your posing's actually
push
good.
Colsey in the overall, mates.
Yeah, I think have you done a classic show before?
Years and years ago, but I should not have done it.
So like, let's just say this is your first proper one. I'd say that's good.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Right. Next was men's physique then. So again, similar to the other classes, it wasn't a deep lineup. Aldo was there in Class A, and he obviously always stands out. He looked unreal. Very, very dense, bubbly. Again, take this with a pinch of salt, everyone, because these guys were a lot leaner than what they appear here. I was backstage with Fildo when he's pumping up. Like he's leaner than this. But that being said, I think he could be a little bit sharper, which he knows. This is a warm-up show for him. So he didn't actually take the overall. This chap here took the overall. Does anyone know who he is?
No.
I've never seen him before.
Which dude was it again?
This one here.
Never seen him before.
No, because this guy
is he tagged there?
Is that him tagged right there? RK Health and Fitness.
Yes, there we go.
There you go.
We're in. So he is the overall winner. Now, at regional shows, they do tend to go for guys that have a little bit less density and more structure. So that's what I would say this guy had over on Fildo, is he had a nice taper from the front, and he had a nice men's physique flow to him. But when it comes to an IFBB Pro qualifiers, I think he's going to struggle a little bit on the density department. But I still want to say congratulations, because it's no easy task beating a PCA Pro that cleans up every time he does PCA. So yeah, he did really, really well. These two chaps here were absolutely peeled. But again, same thing. They just need a little bit more density here, moving into, whatever they want to do, like if they want to climb up through the ranks. Fildo to me is a very exciting athlete. Do you guys know him?
Yeah, I've
Yes.
seen him before.
Very exciting athlete. So every time he does PCA, he pretty much always wins. What he doesn't have is width from the rear, but what he does have, similar to Daniel, who won the pro card 2 weeks
I
ago.
was just about to say he's a front shot guy.
Yes, that density as through the chest is unbelievable.
That's why
Massive arm.
that's why he's cleared up a PCA so much, because I just love a front shot. But he definitely has been improving the back.
Yes, yeah, he is thicker and he's a little bit wider. But against someone like Ash, for example,
When he was just posing that though, he's pinching back on that back shot and losing the width a little bit. So that's a posing bit.
yeah,
His arms and chest, man,
Look at his arms.
they're
ridiculous.
just ridiculous.
So this is why he does so well in PCA, because PCA don't mind massive arms.
His chest is crazy, man.
And that's the other thing. Again, in PCA, there's a lot of side poses, and he shows off that density. Like his chest comes out to like here in those side shots.
Yeah, good point. Good point about the posing. Yeah, and obviously with the only 2 shots.
4
Yeah.
shots in PCA
4
side
shots.
poses. So
In comparison.
yeah. So four poses out of the 9, he absolutely cleans up at PCA.
You only do a total of 2 poses anyway at 2 bros, don't you? In men's physique, front and back. So what can he show comparatively to the shots in PCA? In fairness,
exactly. There is that factor. Now I know he's going on to do some pro qualifiers, and I believe he wants to do universe as well. So we'll be seeing him a few more times and a little bit more condition through the rear. I'm excited to see what he can do.
Is he a PCA pro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I wasn't aware of that. Sorry.
Yeah, so he was coached by Zach last year. He's gone back to Guy this year. Yeah.
Ooh, didn't like it with Zach.
No, I don't think it was anything like that. I think
No, I just mean like obviously like Zach's like, this is how it goes. Like, I think Zach's a great coach, mate. I think he's fucking one of the best.
Yeah, he's no bullshit approach, Zach, is
yeah. I love watching his shit on socials where he's just like fucking calling out pros for being just a lazy cunt and like get off my team. Is it?
Yeah, that's previously.
Yeah, this is last year's look.
MK Classic last year.
He looks sick there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Yeah.
It's just the barrelness of the chest, whip through the top line, like
I love that, man. It's freaky, isn't it?
Yeah.
He is a little bit tighter here, but this again goes back to our conversation we were having at the start, Josh, to the lighting difference as well.
Yeah. Oh, it makes a big difference. We know it all does, mate.
Yeah. MK, I've competed there. The lighting there is really good. The venue's great.
Wigan one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, very, very good. Right, so that was men's physique. Figure, Josh, do you want to cover figure?
Yeah, bring them up.
All right. I didn't watch the girls' categories because I shut off after that.
So first class,
celebrating your win.
First class was also the overall winner. So we'll flip on to the next one from that side of things. The classes weren't massive by any means. I think there was only one person in each of the other classes outside of Class A. You had Phoebe on the right, who, in all honesty, I wasn't sure how it was going to go on the lead up because I can't remember what this girl's name is on the left. One sec. I did just have a bloody name. But obviously you got Taylor in the middle. My boy Heck is Taylor. Now, what I've always said about Taylor, and I've said it from day one, if Taylor brings the condition that she needs to bring, she will go all the way to the Olympia. She has got one of the most insane fucking structures going and one of the most insane shapes ever.
Wow. That
thing is
good.
Very wide from the top.
Yeah. It's literally Olympia standard through and through, left, right, and center. However, what is always the issue with Taylor is she's never in shape enough. It will do her fine for this regional, but it's going to be hit and miss at a pro qualified depending upon the standard. I thought Phoebe was going to give her a bit more of a run for the money because she had good structure and she had the condition front to back. Taylor's not got bad condition from the front. It's just through the rear is where she holds a lot of her body fat from that side of things. And obviously when you go into those pro qualifiers with those top big figure birds, it's going to be touch and go whether her shape and her size is going to carry her over the condition side of things. So that's going to be a case. She's doing Portugal this week, so it's not even really any time to improve from show to show as it is anyway. But she has one of the most insane structures and everything. She's borderline women's physique for me, but I think that's more if she was truly in condition of where she needs to be for figure, she's not going to look too big. Josh said in person she was obviously just monstrous on stage and just absolutely fucking dwarfed every girl on that stage in figure, and one of the most ridiculous shape and structures going.
I'm actually very, very jealous of her arms.
Yeah, same.
But also it's like, that's not necessarily figure. Do you know what I mean? At the same time, from that side of things. So this is where you've got to be careful, because obviously that level of size, like she can't put on any more size. Like she can't put any more size on for that. Otherwise she will completely outgrow the class. Because obviously, as you can see with most European girls, they're big. They don't replace anywhere at the Olympia. They don't replace anywhere at the top pro shows, because figure's not about being massive. Figure's about being shapely.
And they do now. They are strict on distinguishing differences in categories now, more so, aren't they?
Well, mate, they've been strict on it for figure since day dot, mate. Sid Gillen won 8 Miss Olympias. They weren't interested in any figure bird. Rhea's now Miss Olympia. She's not big. She's tiny.
I was just about to use her as an example compared to this. Where is it she struggles with condition, mate? Is it through the rear? Because 5 weeks out, she looks on point.
Yeah, but that condition hasn't changed from 5 weeks out to 1 week out.
Gotcha. Right. Okay.
So
that's a shame.
If she can bring the condition, because that was where Josh said in person, obviously still just needs to improve. So, like I say, she's got it all, mate, to go to the top level, Olympia, be a pro, win pro shows. She's got it all.
She is mad.
She's type 1 diabetic as well.
Really? Fair play for her then.
Yeah.
So, like, and obviously made the switch from wellness to figure, which, I mean, you see numerous amount of times girls think wellness and then actually move back to figure, and they're suited for figure way more. But yeah, it's just going to be a condition thing. Now, obviously, like I say, they're going to Portugal. I don't know what Nave's going to do to try and bring her in tighter, and what you can do, you know what I mean, with travel, refeeding back up and bits and bobs. So we'll just see how it goes. But if they favour her size, shape, and the girl at a pro qualifiers not as good but as leaner, it's going to be obviously up to the head judge at that point, on that foreign side of things. If she was peeled, where she'd be for level of condition, like that French girl that won at Two Bros the other week, mate, there's not a single person that's beaten her.
Yeah, she's super impressive, man.
There's not a single person that's beaten her.
I really want to see her come in peeled, because or conditioned for figure, because I think it'll be unbelievable.
Yeah, it'll be literally like she's O standard, like genuinely O standard.
Let's hope they can do it then. Right, well, that's Two Bros then. Should we go on to Granite next?
Yeah, man. I was just literally looking at it myself.
Yeah,
they put out some really good content. Really good.
Great stage lighting.
Yes. I mean, we were looking at pictures of Daz at the start, and then compare it to like here. It's night and day difference, isn't it? Right.
And obviously,
was it bodybuilding first, I imagine?
Yeah. They got class 1, they do class 1, class 2, class 3. So class 3 was Daz Fulton's, because he's the shortest class.
It's this one. First time.
I think that's first timers and stuff. Junior.
Okay. This is classic.
And then there was classic.
So Jake obviously won classic. The kiddie that came.
Jake won, and then there was Ryan came second, did he?
Yep. And then this guy's natural, right?
And then
is he? Fair play. He looks great.
Nice. Who is that?
I'm not too sure, but I saw his profile a few days ago because I thought, oh, this guy's peeled. And then, I'm pretty sure he's a natty.
I think Ryan, who came second, jumped in early there.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't think he's anywhere near his NPC weight cap yet. So just jump.
That kiddie there on the side chest shot of the video, I think that's junior bodybuilding as well.
And obviously, we have already, Jake, fantastic. We've covered Jake. He must have just jumped in this. It's a good win for Jake because they are good lads that he was against, and he looks sick. He always looks sick.
Yeah.
Same as what we've said before, really.
So Jake, correct me if I'm wrong, Lewis, Jake won the first time as PCA, and then he came second at the...
Second, yes. Right? The other week, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so he's on for a good season, and so two first...
Very, very good season, yeah. Good win for him. I think he looked great at the last show, so I don't think he looks necessarily better. I think he just looks great again.
Yeah.
So I think, with the lineup, he was deserved to win. He's actually better here, I'd say, than last time. So I think he did well.
Yeah, it is good. I imagine he's going to keep going for the season.
He is, yeah. He'll get what he can. And then when he does his off season, if he grows, he'll be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ryan is an interesting one, isn't he? So he is, I imagine, going for his IFBB card, right?
He is, yeah. He went for it last year, didn't he? And he's tried before and he fell short. Ryan, has he won overalls before?
Don't think so. Not that I remember.
I know he's done well in shows before, very well in classic shows last year. I seem to think he was a little bit out on his most recent post, and then I see him doing this show and thought, oh, he must have jumped in because it's local for him. Fair enough, he looks good. I mean, I'll be interested to see what he looks like when he's come in. I know that he has got some time before his actual shows. I imagine he'll be.
Well, he
going for
must be doing the 7th of June regional, mustn't he?
Yeah. That's the next
yeah,
one, isn't it?
probably.
But why would you have not jumped in yesterday's Two Bros regional?
He's too heavy for his cap.
Oh, yeah, but I would just, but I
So
would
he's
just compete in,
because there's no
yeah,
weight.
but you would just compete in bodybuilding, wouldn't you, though, to tick the regional and then go do the pro qualifier?
Not if you want to try and get the overall at a regional.
It depends where he lives, mate. This might be local for him.
But yeah, but I'm saying the fucking yesterday show would also be an hour away.
Money, innit? You know what I mean? It's like, it's one of those things.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I just meant like if you're going on and you're already in this condition now in April and you're going to go until June because there's no May regionals whatsoever.
I mean, I've got the mindset he might be thinking the same as me. Like, if you're trying to get an IFBB Pro card, you want to try and. I personally like to try and give 100% for the regional.
I do. I wouldn't turn up to a regional. I've always gone to every regional 100%.
Yeah, I'd want to try and fight for the
I'm completely the opposite. Completely opposite.
I mean, it worked for me.
If it depended upon what my pro, like obviously my best thingy, I would always, depending upon where my season was going, I would never peak for my first show if that was going to be then several shows afterwards. You know what I mean, from that sort of thing.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on your peaking protocol, doesn't
Depends
it?
what you need to do to peak, though, because like I could peak every week. I could go on stage every week and look pretty much the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm exactly the same as you. So if your peaking protocol isn't too bad, then it's easy to do. But yeah,
whereas I have to take diuretics to look bang on, so I'll have a swing back of like 5 pounds going the other way till Thursday.
Yeah, so in that case, it makes sense to not waste the piece at the regional. Okay, cool. Well, that was classic then. So bodybuilding.
So class 3, obviously Daz Fulton clearing up again. This class 3 they look pretty jacked, to be fair.
Yeah, really good.
Big lads, yeah.
There's some serious quads in that lineup.
Look at that, man. Dan's quads are nuts, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think the standard across the board at the show was good, and the numbers as well. Like each class had quite a few guys in, right?
That's why I was very shocked that it was a dead show yesterday, but it makes sense that it was a dead show yesterday.
It'd be good if you could combine the two.
Everyone's gone to Aberdeen straight away, by the looks of things.
Yeah.
So Ross Care in class 2, much better Ross Care. That is how his midsection should look, not blown out at how it was at the PCA side of things. That is a sharp Ross Care from that side of things. I spoke to Tom Ames actually after the side of things and was talking about it. And I was just like, it just frustrates me on the lack of improvement. And he was like, it's because he leaves me. He only comes to me for prep every year and he just doesn't bother with his off seasons.
Oh,
I'm like, what's the point in fucking competing as a competitive bodybuilder if you're just going to half-ass the fucking half the year?
Yeah.
I'm just like, but like, if he could add the size that he needs to add more through the back, I know obviously he's got high insertions, but I feel like obviously like those erectors could come up. Mate, he'd have a fucking ridiculous physique, man. Ridiculous.
He's really good from the side shots as well, isn't he? Like the front side.
Because of the chest, the delts, everything.
You've got body parts that are as good as the body parts that he has got, it is going to mean that he looks great in some shots.
Yeah.
Just because he's got areas that are so developed. Do you know what I mean?
So bubbly, so dense, so round.
Yeah,
exactly
that.
Because like that's where 10 years of competing will come. Like that's why his fronts are so dense and everything from that side of things. And it's just like so bubbly from that shot and it's so aesthetic from that shot. But a much, much improved.
He does look a lot better, yeah.
Kieran Youssef, class 1, I believe Andy Scott's off the top of my head. Or he's either Andy Scott's or he's Taylor's. And I can't remember it 100% off the top of my head. But he competed yesterday. Really nice physique, man. Really nice physique. Just needs to be leaner.
Yeah, I was just about to say a little, not loads, like another.
No, not loads at all. Not loads
Yeah,
at all.
couple
He
of.
looks a bit light in
If
his
it's
tan
Taylor
as
or
well.
Andy as well, like he's not going to be completely off the mark.
He
Yeah,
looks a bit light in his tan.
Yeah.
yeah.
But he's got lovely bubbly chest, nice round delts, nice arms, good midsection. I think if he was just a little bit sharper, everything through the back would look bang on.
Is this his first show of the season?
You think he competed yesterday?
Okay, yeah.
But I wasn't. I'm pretty sure he's Andy Scott.
Yeah, if this is his first one of the season, I'm sure he's going to get sharper as it goes through.
He did PCA He did PCA Scotland. He's done PCA Scotland. He did yesterday, and he's done today. So it's his third show.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He got second at PCA Scotland in bodybuilding tool.
Who won that? No, okay, fair enough. Right, Josh, you again, mate. On for.
It was that. Yeah, I remember now. It was this dude. I don't know if you can fucking see him. Where's my fucking camera? That orange trunk dude on the far. It was him in bodybuilding tool that beat him. So he was just more.
Yeah. I remember.
More depth and everything to his physique. That was all. But yeah, figure. So this is tone figure class on the side of things. Fucking hell, I had a name up a second ago. I'm trying to remember the name. But very good tone figure class. Like literally the look on every single one of them. The girl on the left is one of my Blair's clients. I want to say like Devoter or something like that name is, but beautiful shape on all three of these girls. Condition also looks pretty bang on for every single one of these girls, not too harsh. Got good level of muscularity on all of these as well from the shape side of things too. So like that is a very impressive tone figure class right there. I'm just trying to bring up a bloody name. Can't even think it now. Oh, here we go. Michelle Watson won it from that side of things in first place. So yeah, a very nice tone figure class, exactly like how the class should be in terms of size, condition, and everything from that side of things. Now, Michelle may be on the slightly softer side. I think Granite typically award a slightly softer tone figure look because of obviously classes. In PCA, maybe the girl that got second would have possibly edged her at this one sort of thing, but it just shows the difference between from show to show, different judges, what they're sort of favoring as well. Because like even when you go to like I was going to say figure class, like a natty show or something like that.
Yeah, if you look at the winners of the tone figure class at PCA for the last few weeks, they've all been slightly leaner than this. So yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think actually the natural winner is leaner than this as well, which we'll cover shortly. But that's where that knowledge comes in as the coach, right? So knowing how to bring your athletes in for certain federations. Right.
Yeah, like certain, they'll look for a different look. Athletics, the next one. So you had the winner, which is Shanice Law. She's done a few shows this year and she's been close to, I think she got second at the last one, just missed out. She's got a really nice look. Obviously athletic figure here. More muscle, slightly more condition. You also got Angie, who came second to her, who came second to Taylor yesterday. And Angie also won athletic figure at PCA Scotland as well.
Thought we'd seen her before.
Yeah. Massive improvements for Angie this season. And obviously some great results.
Nice.
But yeah, very, very good athletic figure class. That's for sure.
Nice.
Men's physique.
Now, I'll be honest, lads, because I was obviously competing and driving a lot this weekend. I have not caught up to date with this one, so I don't know. I don't know who's done what. So we'll have a little look here with the Granite. Have any of you boys been to Granite before?
No. I've not. Everyone says it's a great show.
Is posing the same as PCA because he's obviously hitting a bit of a classic shot here.
Yeah, I'm not actually 100% sure on that. To be fair, I think it is.
It's the same. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, maybe it's just a shot he likes to do in the.
I think he does what he wants and he wins. So
yeah, that's fair enough.
My man.
Well, looking at his shape, he's obviously got a nice men's physique look. He's very dry and conditioned, and he's got good stage presence as well. I have watched this video already. I would say he would need a little bit more back density and width for some other federations. But when I've said this before, when you are competing at a federation that's got lots of different poses, it's not just front shot, back shot. You can sort of get away with it if you've got really strong shots from the front and the side.
He's got good abs, hasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly that. So that's potentially, I mean, I haven't seen the lineup, but that's potentially what happened here. But he looks great, man. He looks really, really good. All I would say is just next off season, just work on that back to bring that up a little bit. But from the variables that he could control here, it looks like he absolutely smashed it because he looks so dry. This chap won the PCA Masters show, I think last week or the week before. So it's obviously a good standard show.
Good lineup, yeah.
And I haven't seen him before, but this pose, I can almost tell and guarantee who he's been posed by just from him hitting that shot, and it is
I
killed.
love it when you have like little things like that. Like, you go, I've got a pose on certain figure girls, and I go, I know who posed that. I know
Yeah.
who posed that.
Let's find out. So remember his face because I don't actually know who
Yeah.
he is, but let's have a look, see if he has posed him because he'll be doing more shows, and then we can actually find out who he is then as well.
Yeah.
Why can I not find him?
Yeah, because
I don't know how to spell his name.
No, I don't know. There he is.
there he is.
Yeah, let's have a look because he always posts up who.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oh, he got both of them.
Yeah, both first and second and third. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, just how he hits that front shot. That's very much.
So it was a big class because I was like, I'm looking at all these physique poses, men's physique posts, and I'm going, it looks like a dead show. 20 in men's physique then apparently.
Wow.
20.
Fair play.
That's like British finals levels, isn't it?
That's mad.
Yeah, very good. So yeah, congrats to all the boys in the top 3 here because to place top 3 at any lineup of 20, you have to stand out, right?
Yeah.
So awesome work to all 3 of them. That is Granite. So we might as well
Two
go
Bros Natural.
PCA Naturals, right?
Sorry, PCA Naturals, yeah.
This is PCA Naturals 1. So if anyone is fairly new to the sport, PCA Naturals only started, was it last year, lads, or the year before?
Year before.
Year before, right? And it started off with 1.
Natural Championships was the first year last year. Naturals was the year before.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And it pretty much
PCA.
it pretty much sold out every time. Like that's how popular it was. And now it's becoming a sort of like division within itself. So there's now, I think, 4 natural shows and its own finals, which they give a
Yeah,
gold
it's
card
gone
out.
British now, hasn't it?
Yeah, which is awesome. And like I said to you last week, lads, I think they're going to do the same with Masters. That if they have enough staff to put on enough shows,
PCA ain't gonna stop.
Yeah, man.
they're cleaning up, man. So let's start from the beginning then. So actually, we'll get the reels up.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It seemed like a pretty dead show.
Yeah, I don't know how many were in it. Again, I wasn't at any of the shows.
From a bodybuilding perspective, anyway.
Right, where
Too
are we?
far.
This is it.
Yeah.
First timers.
So first timers winner was, I think, a German guy coming over. That dude right there in the red trunks, Frederick Schneider. If that's not a German name, I don't know what is.
Did he fly over for this?
Mate, the Germans love PCA, mate. They are coming
Fair
over.
play.
They are coming over
I like-
in. They are coming over in hordes, mate.
That is good though. We want that, don't we? Like,
Yeah, but it only seems to be
no.
German. It only seems to be German, like for the regionals. I don't know why.
well, he's peeled.
Well,
Yeah.
this will be interesting, lads, to see if this PCA sort of like segment is going to turn international as well.
Yeah,
The natural side of things.
He's peeled, man.
that's what I love about natties that get peeled. It seems it has a different look to it than if you're assisted in getting peeled.
Yeah.
It just has that crisper look to it in a sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, to say he's a first-timer bodybuilder, I'd hate to guess how old he is. He looks fairly youngish, but fair play, he's fucking peeled.
Yeah, if you do the job, you're natural, you get peeled like that. Well done.
It's hard to say on obviously size because we're at a natural show. Do you know what I mean? You're a first time in naturals and everything from that side of things. The reality is the feedback for most of these people is going to be obviously more size, but to bring that level of condition, he's got tiny waist shape and structure. So if he keeps filling that out and keeps that waist tight, that's going to look ridiculous.
I don't think you could get any more fat off if you try. Like that is the definition of fat free, isn't it?
Without detriment to his physique, I don't think you can really know.
Yeah. Fair play. Awesome. Right. Yeah.
Then the next one is obviously
With a
junior.
novice bodybuilding, he was good. The winner of that. stood out to me.
Junior should be next.
In the purple. Oh, is it?
Yeah, this is junior still.
Junior class was massive. There was about 7 of them.
That's the winner of junior.
This is the junior, Lewis Agnew, like the most muscled junior in the lineup and overall condition.
Big glutes.
He has. Mate, it's because everyone loves pulling off the floor, don't they?
Yeah, other than that.
Everyone loves pulling off the fucking floor. I fucking hate it.
Don't do it.
But that's why my glutes are shit.
Well, I got no back.
Yeah, no, he's good.
But strict hamstrings, very nice. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not going to have the most muscle maturity, do you know what I mean, being a junior, especially as, like, I think he's 19 as well.
Yeah. A little bit more upper. I mean, he needs a little bit more upper to match his lower, is what he needs.
Yeah, he just needs fucking time and just keep doing your own
Of course he
thing,
does.
mate. Keep doing your own thing, right? As a junior, unless you're assisted, fucking just go at it. Just go and fucking train.
Good, very good lower, good glute.
Yeah. He's got I don't look at anything and go, anything's blindly out. Do you know what I mean? From that side of things. I think obviously, I mean, I was like him when I was younger. Do you know what I mean? I was very lower dominant, and now I'm not lower dominant.
I still am.
It's that's what I'm trying to get back now.
I'd say his posing's really good for a junior as well.
I agree. I think he's displaying himself really nice.
And he looks like he's enjoying himself.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got a smile on his face. He's
The
present.
guy to the left of him.
I can't remember.
Left of
In
him.
the purple.
Yeah.
Him.
He's the novice.
I thought he looked good on Instagram when I saw him.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you hate his posing though, because he's not holding it?
He starts to, but he's doing it to music. That's the thing. He is
Yeah.
posing to music. So look,
That's a
It
sick
makes a
he is
shot.
now.
difference.
That is a sick shot. Really good.
So that stood out to me. I like that. And I think he's got really good size for a natural.
His biceps are very, very good.
he's another German as well, isn't he?
Do you guys think that he could be quite classic?
Yeah. I could see that.
That's why I
Mate, that back, he's got a
drawn
nice
to his
back.
physique.
When as soon as he opened that lat spread, that was a nice lat.
Yeah, like I could see this guy doing classic because obviously he's done novice bodybuilding, but
Let's have a petition to get rid of novice bodybuilding.
put this dude in classic. Look at his posing. Look at the shots he likes to hit. Get him in classic.
Yeah.
Right, mate, you've done your first time. You've done your naturals novice. Now to your naturals classic. Come on.
Was that a busy class as well? Is there a pose down anywhere?
That's the junior.
Ah, well, we'll go
No.
through the classic then.
We'll go through the classic.
Yeah.
We won't take us long to go through the classic, to be honest. I don't know how many were in it overall. I imagine it was quite busy. There was quite a lot of people in it. From the videos, it looks to be reasonably sized, probably about 10 in the classes. In terms of, we'll just go through the top.
Well, there's 7 in that class there. Right, okay. And was that short?
Yeah, there's number 2. So this is what I thought with this show. If you look at this here, lads, and look at second place. I mean, and this is just my opinion. I'm not a judge. I wasn't there. I preferred him for classic than first place.
Okay.
In this category, but it is based off this video. I will say that.
Right.
Because I wasn't there and I didn't know. But I really like this guy. I think his posing is good. I think he does need to hold him a little bit better and pose a little bit stronger, but generally, I think it's pretty good. I think for a natural, he's got a good amount of muscle. His legs are very good.
Do you think he
And
can be a
that
little
shot
bit
look-
sharper from the rear? Do you think that's what cost him first place?
I think he can be sharper all over. I think that's what cost him
Yeah.
is the fact that he's not quite as sharp
Yeah.
as first place in a minute. But I think in general, he probably has the more developed classic physique than this guy.
Yeah, this guy looks a little bit on the smaller side compared to the guy that came second. But again,
But that guy that came second definitely had a lot more density to his physique.
yeah. Again, we can't say for sure without seeing them next to each other. But from what I can see, yeah, I would agree. But this guy does have the condition.
But it's a conditioned thing that won him this category.
Yeah, that's always a tricky one, isn't it? Do you find that, Lewis, with classic and PCA, they really they will go for condition over the density and size, or is it person dependent?
Mate, I think it's show dependent.
I don't know, like my experiences this year competing with PCA, I'd say the only lineup I wasn't the most conditioned in was the show.
It's different.
the
It's
part that I didn't
completely
win when Alex beat me, but that's because I've been on stage 3 times.
it's completely different to pro standard and pro qualifiers compared to a regional though.
I mean, I've done them all.
No, but what I'm saying is from what they judge, been at loads of PCA shows and everything from that side of things, the judging often for classic bodybuilding and toned figure can be so hit and miss through the year at regionals, but they bang on it at a pro qualifier and they bang on it at the pro show.
Interesting. For men's physique, it's very much dependent on how the person looks. So you can have one guy that is absolutely peeled, one guy that's really, really dense, but they just put it all together in terms of like, how does that structure look on that person as well? So maybe that comes into it. The same thing with classic, Lewis, I'm guessing.
The thing that I think, I don't know. What I will say here is it comes down a lot of the time as well to like, if this guy's a lot more conditioned in the mandatory poses, we're judging this off a routine. You look in some of the shots that this guy hits here, like a side chest, and when he does actually hit that specific mandatory, it looks very good. We don't know what they look like in condition when they're both hitting the identical mandatories next to each other. So if you look here, Matt, right now, he's going to go into a side chest at this part in a minute. He looks very big there, like, and if in that back double bicep, that condition's overshadowing the other guy, and when he hits this side chest in a minute, their size isn't that much of a difference in comparison to the condition. You can understand why this guy would win.
Yeah. I get that. And I think a really good example, and I don't want this to come across as the wrong way, is like Jack Eagles when he's on his own.
So look, he does it there.
Unreal.
So that, good side chest.
Yeah.
See that? Very good.
Yeah, I get it. So like Jack Eagles when he's on his own looks unbelievable, but when he's in a lineup in the pose next to other people,
you go.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite to that. So people always say about me, oh, he's not big, it's not great. Then when I was stood against the supers and the heavies in the lineup at the British, and I get moved to the middle, and people go, hold on a minute, I look bigger than what I am. People are different, aren't they? Like,
yeah, it's better that way around. Though.
Stood next to you are.
It's much better that way around to not have expectation for Instagram and smoke everyone.
Nah, I'd rather just then I can retire and people think I'm massive. When I retire, people think I'm tiny.
Mate, everyone thinks I'm small in the off season anyway, because I look twice as small in the off season than I do in prep.
I don't find that out because I don't do off seasons.
You don't have to this year anyway, mate.
Forever for a long. Yeah, it's
high rocks.
Fertility thing. No, I'm bodybuilder. I'm just getting fertile.
Fuck that. I've said to Lucy, if she can't get knocked up on 300 mega test, it's not meant to be.
Fair enough. It's fair enough. Boys, on to classic tall.
Classic tall. So Ewan won this. Peeled. All these natural guys, like Josh said, they do get peeled.
Yeah.
He's not posing properly in this video. Bear that in mind. I did watch this before, and he's not posing as he would if he's in his mandatory shots at all. This doesn't do him justice, I don't think, for what he would look like.
Tan is ropey as fuck as well.
I was gonna say tan, and also it's a thing of mine. I'm not a fan of these trunks.
No, don't have big trunks ever.
Don't.
And even if you're not in shape, still don't have big trunks.
You know that like matte material kind of like trunk, like fabric.
Yeah.
Don't get that.
No, I agree.
Get a more shiny.
Don't get velvet.
I've got some velvet ones.
I find they just don't sit right.
I don't mind. I like them. They're comfy.
It's different on like on a bodybuilding trunk. I never feel they look right.
That's why I've got them on a bodybuilding trunk.
Yeah, I never feel they look right.
Obviously, it's my pros, and mine are.
Is it just because you can't fill them out, Josh?
Huh?
Is it just because you can't fill them out?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, mate, I do agree.
Hang on, whoa, right.
Are you going to put them on?
Black Eyes give you this, mate. Don't have to fill nothing out.
No way do they give you that.
What? Do you actually wear it?
Do I fuck? I'd rather have
people wear that.
I'd rather have
people wear that.
I'd rather have a small nub showing, mate. Fuck that. I'd rather be all balls,
nah,
mate.
Man.
I'd rather be all balls, mate. Absolutely.
Surely no one's ever worn that, right?
Mate, that's what I said. That's what I said to Mandy. I said, "What the fuck is that?" And she was like, "Do you want it?" I was like, "No, absolutely not."
So why? Yeah, but the question is, Josh, why have you now got it then?
Because she put it in the box. She put it in the box.
She did she?
She put it in the box of all the stuff.
Whoops! And then it accidentally fell in when you was getting on stage, did it?
Well, there was two posing bikinis in there as well, Lewis. But I'm not wearing them.
Come off stage and oh no.
Mate,
how did that get in there?
We found out. What about Josh today?
Put it about this way, mate. I was at the regional Two Bro show, right? Everyone's queuing up for tanning, right? And Heck, Nath obviously mates, he comes out, he's speaking to Luce and everything, and he goes, I've just finished in there, and there's only one person that's currently stood in the queue, completely bollock naked, with just their sock on their cock, and everyone else is fully clothed, and it's Josh. Josh is just stood in the queue, wearing nothing but his sock on his cock, waiting half an hour. That is me. I'm a rugby lad, mate. I will piss in your mouth, piss in my mouth, do all those horrible things.
Prove it to me.
I do not give a flying fuck.
We've lads, we've got a bit distracted here.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
But this is the
That's my
entertainment.
fault.
This is the entertainment side. So yeah, if anyone needs a cock pouch, Black Ice Alpha.
That is mad. Carry on. Right, we'll carry on.
Carry on, right.
So well done to you. And anyway,
Yeah. Sorry,
like,
mate.
he does look great. And he is.
Bodybuilding now. We're on bodybuilding.
Yeah, so just seemed to be a lot of Germans, I think, coming over as well from that sort of thing. So these bodybuilding classes weren't big at all. You got Mark Phillips here, first men's bodybuilder. I don't even think they had bodybuilding short, medium, or tall. They just had bodybuilding. So it's literally just like two people.
I wonder if it's because obviously that you got the PCA championships, late summer, I think it is. The two bros have a naturals late summer and later in the year. So I guess the naturals just don't have anything soon.
Well,
You think they'll get busier is what I was going to say, yeah.
Well, mate, everyone's going to be queuing for the natural championships. As a natty, do you think you want to peak for your first show in April and then not compete until September?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Imagine holding that condition for 5 months. As
Do
a
you
natural.
think that they need to do something then in this side of the year for naturals?
No.
PCA specifically could potentially, I mean, if you think about it, the untested guys have Universe for May, and then they've got finals and worlds at the end of the year. So yeah, potentially, I think that it could be a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't think so, me personally. I think they've already given the naturals enough with a whole natural championships.
They've got to be limited.
Don't give them anymore.
Well, I'm not, but you've got natural federations. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
This is a natural fed now. PCA.
No, I know it's a natural fed now, but they've accommodated the natural feds because the natural feds were fucking up on everything. So PCA was like, right, okay, let's run it properly then. From that side of things. But like as you just said, you want to fit in masters in there somewhere as well. Where is it fitting in the calendar if you want to now put another naturals pro qualifier earlier on in the year, plus a masters championships, plus the natural championships, plus 3 pro qualifiers in the assisted, which is the majority of their money.
Yeah, they are going to struggle. I mean, as a natural, you can go internationally and go for an IFBB pro card earlier in the year, but I think that's about it. Like even like things like WNBF is later in the year, isn't it?
And who even cares about natty pros, mate? So
we get the vibe. Josh isn't keen on.
Do you know we had the guy that asked about the first cycle side of things? It was actually a guy called Ty. And he voice noted me yesterday, actually. He was like, oh, it was me who asked about the first cycle things because he was like, I'm thinking about hopping on. And he was like, I want to get your advice and stuff for like, what do you think about drugs and stuff and natty potential and all this? And I said, my view is like, it depends on what your goals are. Do you know what I mean? From that side of things. But at the end of the day, this whole natural potential shit is a waste of time. Like you're going to hit your natural potential during a cycle anyway from that side of things and then go on to Suppress. So it all depends on what your goal is from that side of things. I feel like people have like this almighty thing of going natural, but it's like, who's the number one natural bodybuilder in the world right now? We'll never click. Who's Mr. Olympia, Matt?
Who's Mr. Olympia in naturals?
No, who's Mr. Olympia in the ones that stub all the gear in them?
Yeah, there is.
You can tell me where that is straight away. Every single person in the world could tell me what that is straight away from that sort of things. No one's going to tell me who the number one natural is in the world.
Well, I could actually. I think it's Patrick because he's the only one that's.
I know some people that could tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
mean.
know what you're saying, though. I do know what you're saying.
I get it. I get what you're saying, but I do think that natural bodybuilding, like the shows are sick, man. And the atmosphere can be great and the community behind them is good. I've got some lads that I coach that are natty pros that I helped to turn pro, and that I coach a guy that's been to the Natural Olympia in Vegas, like when I coached him for all of that, and he had a great time and his experiences were great. Given he did win $250 for coming third at the Olympia, but
that's not even one night in a hotel.
No,
in the pro show, yeah, we placed third in the Olympia at the pro show with him, and he got $250. But the experience that he got was phenomenal.
Oh yeah, of course. And I'm not taking away from that bodybuilding. Do you know what I mean? The majority of my roster that I coach is also natural. Do you know what I mean? From that side of things, I'm just saying, like, I don't think we need to give them anything more towards naturals than they already have.
If there's money to be made, federations are going to do it.
Of course.
I think the way that natural bodybuilding is going, it is growing faster and faster.
But what I'm
And some
what I'm
people
saying
don't
is, if
wanna
it becomes
take
to a
the
trade
gear,
off of
so it
going,
gives them something to focus on. I get it.
but if they turn around and go, Lewis, okay, put it this way, PCA go, we've got no more room, but tell you what, we've got the UK, we've got Scotland, we've got the universe, we've got Wales, we've got the British, and we've got the world. Oh, and the UK Open, and we've got the worlds. So we've got 7 pro qualifier opportunities in PCA. What if they turn around to you and go, do you know what, Lewis, we're going to turn the universe into a natty show, so that's $2.5 grand now you can't win.
No, they won't do that. It's just
But they've got no room to put a championships elsewhere.
I'm gonna fly to China and win it there.
it'd be interesting to see what they do, because I know what you're saying, Josh, but I think they'll find room to accommodate it somehow. And they won't
Yeah.
replace a show that's already there. They'll do it as well as, because there's more competitors coming into
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
just
we'll
don't think, like, I don't know.
just like NPC are trying to do, like Pittsburgh. That show before the Pittsburgh Pro is a naturals pro qualifier now, because they're trying to filter in loads of naturals into the Fed, because they know it's going to make money.
But they also do have to take gear for 3 years rather than 10. So
That's true. That is very, very true.
That is true. Okay, let's wrap
So,
up going through these
Masters
body.
40s and 50s. I think there was just each of these boys in there. So the dude with the mohawk,
Oh, right. Hold on.
Was right at Mohawk.
40% George Twist. Tan from that side of things, obviously, needs a massive improvement. I don't think I mean, there's probably a top coat on there, maybe not a base coat.
Yeah, not more.
So yeah, but I mean, obviously, you can only say so much. Your natural over 40s. So I don't think, obviously, by the looks of things, he's been doing bodybuilding for a very long time. I think it's probably something he's took up recently, maybe at 40 plus years old, with the level of muscularity and thing that he's got there. Fair play for getting on stage, mate. It's just, I feel harsh, but it's just like, it's condition size. And
yeah, work on your posing, get a better time, get a little bit leaner, come back, do another job.
But
at the end of the day,
you've got your baseline physique now. You know what you want to beat next time. So yeah, just work on moving on up through the ranks. Do they have a 50 plus as well?
yeah, next across.
Wow.
So obviously, like, this guy's a little bit more muscular, a little bit more muscle. Should I say muscular? A little bit more muscle. I wouldn't say probably less condition than the last dude, though. Everyone's tan seemed a bit off.
Yeah.
Is there something with PCA?
Day.
So,
No, usually
I mean,
they absolutely nail it with the
so
tan.
there you go. 63 years old he is. 63 years old.
Yeah, I love that.
So
Yeah, credit.
So fair play, mate. Getting on stage at 63, living your best life, having a great time. It's just the typical more muscle, more size, more condition.
No, that's quality. I hope I look like that at 63.
Yeah, fact.
That's awesome. Right. Did we do figure? We've got figure to do, right?
Yeah, we've got athletic and toned. So there was 2 girls in athletic. Harley Lynch won athletic. Could she be more toned PCA? Probably more toned PCA from that side of things. But obviously, as a naturals, she's going to favor more into athletic. If she was not in the naturals, she'd probably be a little bit more toned. But a lovely shape, structure, everything looks really nice. So a very well-deserved win on that.
Yeah, I see from the rear perspective, because I was looking at her delts thinking they're quite peeled. They look quite.
Yeah, but like most girls do get peeled
You often
shoulders.
find that.
It all depends on the lower condition and stuff like that. That's gonna.
You find that a lot.
I see that. Cool.
Especially when the majority of what's in every girl's plan is a fucking shitload of delts outside of George's plan. Don't even look at a front raise, all right? And then winner in toned is Ellie. So as you can see, like, do you know what I mean? Striated shoulders and stuff like that, and she's in toned and one toned. So I personally, I think it would have been nice to be able to see Ellie versus Harley for a really good, strong matchup. But yeah, once again, condition, shape, outlook, everything really nice.
Yeah, that is flexible. Josh, I want to see you hit that next year, mate. So splits on the stage.
Hey, mate, I'm very flexible, you know.
Yeah, well, I want to see it then.
I've got double joints, so I'll start working on the Jay Cutler fucking, what is it, with his machine, with the stretching them out. What, that thing that you always
Yeah.
used to have.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna try.
That's the next Amazon purchase.
Right, men's physique then. So Prince took the overall here,
Yeah,
but that was, to be honest, I could have called that before we even got to show. I knew he'd be different. But yeah, we'll go through it one by one. So we got the juniors, and to be honest, this is a really good standard for juniors natural show. The boys came in absolutely diced. Looking across the board, like that's a lot of good midsections as well. Like that is good condition. And I love to see it because sometimes juniors natural shows, it can be a little bit hit and miss, right? But I don't see any kind of like weak physiques here, which is really cool. So going on to, where's the winner?
yeah, I'll do the winner. He's on the far left, I think. There.
Well, yeah, if you look at his midsection when he sets up the shot, he needs to hold the shots a little bit longer.
For a junior men's physique, he has got a lot of development in naturals as well, hasn't he? Like,
Yeah, and good
a lot of amount of muscularity.
Yeah, good taper to his physique. Nice.
Midsection's fantastic.
I actually think like when he develops his physique more, that front shot could be good, just because of how
Yeah.
detailed his midsection is.
Yes.
So yeah, fair play. So yeah, just long term, just obviously needs more size and density.
Jacob.
But he's got good potential in front of him. Moving on up through the ranks. So what we got here, masters. So Daniel, I speak to Daniel quite a lot actually. So yeah, he really works on the variables that he can control. He's definitely grown since last year, which is good. So I wanted to give him a quick shout out and say fair play to him. Like I always love it when guys do control what they can control. Being natural again, you're going to be limited by your genetics, like how much size you can build. But yeah, he's done well controlling what he can. Masters winner would have obviously been Prinz, right? So he's here.
Yeah.
We've covered him before. He's a very, very good athlete.
Nailed. And in this is where he stands out in the natural shows, in these kind of lineups. You get to see why.
Was he in Masters in the last show?
Yeah, and he won.
Yeah, but he didn't win the overall.
No, Kyle won the overall there. So what I'm
That was
interested to see is how Prince does in the universe, because he's given.
So he came back, he's won the overall. But yeah, I mean, this is his thing, right?
Yeah.
Do they do a Masters Pro card in men's physique?
Yeah, if you're good enough.
Yeah. I just didn't know whether there was a Masters men's physique class.
No, no, there isn't.
No, there isn't, but they'll give you one and you'll do it in the
Open, yeah.
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 I do think that they probably will do a Masters men's physique soon, because they already do it in bikini, and men's physique's just as popular. So,
and the Masters bikini is popular. So,
but the thing is though, right? With all the naturals that win pro cards, they got to go against the open people.
yeah.
So like you got to go against all the assisted people. Do you know what I mean? From that,
They do well. So Lee is one of those guys who is a natural men's physique PCA pro, and he comes top 3 in the pro lineup.
who does it fair? Because those boys are jacked.
Yeah. So I think Prince will do well. Anyway, yeah, moving on up through.
who else did we have?
Sure.
Who won the shot?
Trying to find it.
That guy.
There we go. This guy's tan and his glaze was very, very good. It sounds silly.
He could have pushed for that overall.
Yeah, I'd like to have seen. Well, we'll try and find the pose down actually, because he's hitting the shots great here. I say it all the time. If you don't have the density in your chest, show that top line, and he's doing that. He look like he's really wide when he's hitting these shots. Yeah, that's a good look.
Nice.
Yeah, fair play to him. What's his name? Nicholas? Is that who you said? Yeah, Nicholas.
Yeah, it's a nice look that.
Yeah, very, very
That's
good.
lovely. That front shot that he first goes into, and then tall.
Ollie. Okay, so this is one of my clients. It's his client. And I felt a bit bad for him because apparently in the overall, where was he? I think he was getting his tan or something touched up, and they all went on stage, so he couldn't get pumped up for the overall. But that being said, I don't think he would have beaten Prince anyway.
No.
Just is very, very good. But it is frustrating as an athlete when you don't have a chance to up, and put your best on stage. But Ollie did great detail through the back shot here. He's got a good amount of muscle from back to front. I'd say he could still showcase a little bit better in the front pose. But it might have just been this routine here. You see that far shoulder, he's just round.
Yeah, he drops it, doesn't pull it round so much.
But In the mandatories, I think he nailed it, which is why he won. So I would say just in your routine, and him and Scott will nail this, just slow that down, open up that top line a little bit more.
And also, if you haven't really managed to get too much of a pump, it throws everything off a little bit, doesn't it, at the same time?
Yeah, well, this would have been in his class. So
He would have for
he
here.
got it for this one, yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, the rest of his shots look okay. It's just,
He has got a good back.
yeah, really good back.
Stand out for me. He's got a good rear. There's what I have seen. It's probably one of the best backs across the board that I've seen from him
Yeah,
when he hits that back double.
yeah, agreed.
That's a good overall. Look at that.
Prince just has that really polished look, doesn't it? Like your eyes are just,
I'm impressed with that men's physique overall, boys.
That's a really good overall men's physique, that
The
is.
naturals.
Yeah, really good.
That's sick.
I'd say this
I
is.
I really do quite like that kiddie in the purple. I really like his front shot.
I'd say this is a better overalls than some of the untested shows.
I like that guy in the far right as well, to be fair.
Must have been
Close.
It must have been close.
Yeah.
Yeah, close.
Prince just makes it look effortless, though, doesn't he? That's the problem.
Yeah, I can understand completely.
Yeah.
It is just a close one for me, that, honestly. I know people say that often, but I do think that is closer than you realise.
I'd say congrats to all winners though, because yeah, they all look great. They all look really, really good.
Good standard for a natural show.
Yes.
What have we got next week, boys?
Next week, Portugal Pro Qualifier, but I don't know what other shows are.
We haven't got any 2Bro shows for a while now.
UK bodybuilding shows. So we've got PCA First Timers, Watford Coliseum,
and
England.
An Ireland natural show again, Josh. You love those, so we get to get again.
Lovely.
Perfect. So is it just those three?
Yeah, man.
Be a quick episode next week then.
Yeah, and then there's a NABA Open Ireland, NABA Northwest, PCA Northwest, and NABA Britain for the following weekend.
Excellent. Lewis, are you still thinking about doing NABA?
I'll tell you that.
Or secret?
Not ready. I'm not doing any. I don't do a show if I'm not ready.
Okay.
So I'm not ready at the minute. I ain't pushing it anymore. I thought about pushing it last week. I started to.
He messaged me about it. He goes, Josh, shall I push it? And I was like, fucking push it. Fucking push.
Yeah, so I did. So then the whole weekend I've been having issues with my stomach thing. And
Yeah,
my
well, then you can't push it at all. You can't push it at all.
And inflamed from my acid reflux from being fatigued. So I realised, play it safe. I'd like to do another show because I only got one in the calendar, but at the end of the day,
do you use like Riz's Turbogen?
I can't take capsules, mate.
Oh, fucking hell. Do you just drink BPC then?
Like, I can just inject it, can't.
No, but apparently you can actually drink the oral solution.
You can pour some capsules into.
No, but I mean,
fluid.
you know the injectable BPC?
Yeah.
Drink that.
Why would I drink it?
Because it's got to go in your stomach for it to do its job properly for the BPC, mate.
Mate, the things that I've tried to fix my stomach, I don't think drinking that vial of BPC in my fridge is going to fix it. Sorry.
I mean, I'm not saying it's going to fix it. I'm just saying I'm just saying with your acid reflux, BPC.
Oh no, yeah, I know how to get rid of it. Just lay down and rest. It's not anything to do with food. It's literally when I get to a level of fatigue or my body gets tired, it doesn't matter what food I'm on. I could be on no food. Just I get inflamed and literally I don't know what it is. Acid reflux all starts coming up my esophagus. This gets clogged up. I bloated. My stomach gets real swollen. Even if I've not eaten anything, like I can wake up like it. And I'm in pain, like even to pose and stuff, like it's like cramping.
I have known people like obviously inject around their stomach from that, and then obviously have noticed benefits. But obviously, you tend to get the best benefit when you actually ingest it.
But the best thing for me to do, that's when I'm like getting pretty lean and I'm really pushing it. Like I'm doing a lot of output. I'm dropping quite quickly. It's usually when I've had quite big successions of drops and my body just goes, nah, shut down. We're losing a lot.
Do you find cardio causes more stress on your body than like steps or something?
It's not, I have tested it in every single way.
I'm not sure you have done it.
There's no specific stress type that would make much of a difference. It's if I see a massive change in a short space of time, and put my body, so it could be any form really, but if I was to put my body through a lot in a short space, then it wouldn't like that.
Yeah,
that's frustrating.
It would kind of resist it a little bit.
That's frustrating because I love full sending prep sometimes, so I'm sure you're the same.
And that's the thing. When I won my IFBB Pro card, that was a 7-week prep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so like
because I hate a steady I'd rather eat 1,600 calories in the week and fucking like load up on one day and dig down again for another.
Yeah, my weeks have to be like, right, I feel
I'm
good
not
today.
I'm not a linear drop kind of guy. I fucking get bored. I'm just like, nah, this is not.
Hey, me too.
Yeah, I'll kind of go, right, I feel good today, I'll dig, and then on a day I feel crap, I try to time it right. I just don't move. I can't refeed on a day that I've got a flare up
Yeah,
in
of
my
course,
stomach.
yeah.
So I have to not move and then get rid of it, and then the next day feed up, and then I can go back in.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I
at
found.
least you figured it
I
out.
feel
though.
you, bro. I feel for you, man.
That's the main thing. At least you figured it out. Just
Yeah.
a bit of a sense of
It's not
yourself.
hard. You just, as long as I don't get too fat, and I'm not trying to, I'll be honest, everyone knows I'm not trying to improve anymore. I'm just trying to compete and have some fun and whatever. So, you know, it's not hard as I'm maintaining a lean physique all year now. So
Yeah.
even if I drop in a prep for 10 weeks, like I've only got to do 5 or 6, 4 to 5 day stints of pulling in to be ready. Really, it's not that hard.
How many weeks out now till Universe?
It's like under 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's closing in. Closing in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 4.5, isn't it?
So I might weigh more on stage and be better this year. Who knows?
Nice, nice. I'm looking forward to it. Right, boys.
It's going to be a good show, that actually.
It is going to be a good show. Are you going to it, Josh?
Universe, yeah. I'm there both days.
Nice. I'm gutted. I'm not going to be there this year. So I will be in Miami,
I
which
got
not too
Nice.
gutted about, I'll be honest.
yeah. I was in Miami in October.
Oh, really? Yeah. Good. I've never been. I'm only going because
Apparently, I don't think I went to the right area, because obviously the main strip where people go, apparently that's not the main hub of Miami anymore.
Right.
So do some research online to say like, where's the new up and coming area of Miami, because apparently it's not like that boulevard where everyone, that's like the dead fucking crackhead area now. Apparently it's like,
In fact, I'm only going because I've got a guy competing. So.
oh yeah, that's why I went. That's why I went. I went over to Florida for that.
Yeah, nice. Right, we'll wrap it up there, boys.
Right,
We'll
food
see you
time.
in next week's episode.
See you later, boys.
Catch you later, lads.